Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mongooly Show. We've got a big week for you this week. We've got the weekly update, we've got version 7.2 dropping, and Dark Dimension 6 is right around the corner. So if you're interested in any of that, let's check it out. Alright, Dark Dimension 6 starts on June 27th. That's only a few days away, and they're saying already this is going to be the biggest one yet. We already know you're going to have to be gear tier 18, which is incredibly high and kind of only for whales at this point. But they are trying to make that a little bit easier by giving you a ton of those Dark Dimension 6 orbs going forward. So we do have an event we're going to talk about that coming up. But for right here, right now, I just want to say that there are going to be great prizes await those who conquer the new Dark Dimension, including Gear Tier 18 gear pieces, Nick Fury's Skrull costume, and a powerful ally in Super Skrull. And from what I've been seeing from other content creators, Super Skrull looks insane. You definitely want this character. Now, what some people have been talking about is, do you want to go for Apocalypse first, or do you want to go for Super Skrull first? I don't know. I think Super Skrull can be far more unobtainable, but the road to both of them is long, and there's unfortunately not a great amount of overlap because of the way some of these are worded, so it's kind of up to you. Now, for missions 1 and 2, there's no trait restrictions. Any Gear Tier 18 characters you have are good, and that's a great thing because we just saw you're going to get Gear Tier 18 pieces. I don't know if you're going to get them for missions 1 and 2, but if you do, that can help you towards the next ones, which is great. 3 through 5 are global with no legendaries, 6 through 8 are cosmic with no legendaries, and 9 through 11 are city with no legendaries. City is always my personal toughest. I don't have a great team. I've made it through Dark Dimension 5 twice now, so I've got the Big Daddy, but I'm still just trying to go through, get those things that go around your face. And I'm still, every time I get to city, I just hit a wall and I'm just stuck there for a couple of days. So I don't know which ones to bring forward for this. I should probably actually take a good look at that. But to be quite frank, I'm so far away from getting Gear Tier 18, so I'm going to be months away from here. So I'm not super concerned about it. As far as the legendaries go, you cannot use Horsemen. And that's why I say there's not a lot of great overlap, because the best characters from the Apocalypse Saga are the Horsemen. So yes, you'll be able to use all the other team members if you do get them up that high, but like your Red Hulk, your Rogue, your Morgan Le Fay, like those are the ones you really want to be using. And then the last two are legendary, and thankfully they do let you use Apocalypse, so that helps. It also sounds like Val is going to be incredibly strong for the Dark Dimension, so that's a character you're going to want to level up. I believe he is a Cosmic, so he's only going to be good for the couple of these traits. I don't believe he's legendary. Nothing I've seen has said that he is, but I haven't looked super far into the character. Cosmetically, he just looks awful to me. Alright, Vals Showcase starts on Monday, June 26th. It's going to be your way to unlock Val, and what you're going to want to do is progress through story mode, and once you've beaten story mode, you should unlock Val. That's how I'm reading this. And once you have Val, you can go through challenge difficulty. To do story mode, you will need 5 new warriors and or Bifrost characters, and they will need to be at level 65, 4 yellow stars, and 2 red stars. Once you are completed the story mode, you can move on to challenge mode. You do need Val for the challenge mode, and then any combination of 4 Bifrost or new warrior characters at Gear Tier 13. 3 of the new warrior characters have been out for quite some time. You should have them leveled up well enough. Val is going to be worth it. You're safe to level him up, and then you just need to choose one of the 4 Bifrost or the other 2 new warriors to take up to Gear Tier 13. I suggest the new warriors. They're a great team in Cosmic Crucible. There's no reason not to, and then you should be able to do the challenge difficulty. The fact that it is only Gear Tier 13 and there's not a star requirement is actually really handy, so you should be able to do well on this event. When you do this event, you will get Gear Tier 14, 15, 17 mini uniques for Gear Tier 14, 15, 17, as well as Armory Orbs for Gear Tier 16, Superior and Teal Origin Gear, and more. This looks like it's going to be a really good event starting on Monday. You're definitely going to want to check this one out. And again, from what I've seen from other content creators, Val is amazing, despite the fact that he looks like a Diablo character that you just threw random gear on. I really don't like the look of him aesthetically. Hopefully they give us another costume somewhere down the line. For Korg's Intergalactic tier, they did a little bit of an update. They tweaked some of the gear, so now the Goat Boat Van is 25,000 points and the merch box is 70,000 points. Sounds like that's going to make it easier to complete this event by the end of the month, so I have to assume those are increases, but honestly, I don't remember what they were before. I apologize. The Thunderous Applause event also starts on Monday. You're going to be wanting to participate in this one with your alliance. It lasts for 4 days, and it's going to require some heavy participation, especially if you have an alliance that is not at 24 players, or if you are slacking. I've been looking at the wrong camera this whole time. Or if you've got members who slack a little bit, and that's really unfortunate. You will need to get, I think I have it here, 5,200 points each, a little bit higher than that, if you want to max out this event. So what are you going to get if you max it out? Well, actually the rewards are pretty strong. You're going to get 2,000 T2 level 5 ions, 10 Thor shards, the new one, the Infinity War, 50 gold promotional credits for 100 gold promotional credits total, so that's one 6-star character of your choice, and 12,000 Armory 17 orb fragments, not to mention, I think you get, well, I can't do the math, but sure I can do the math. What am I talking about? 12, 20, 28,000 Armory 17 if you do all of them. This is a good event, but it's going to take a lot of participation from all of your members. How are you going to do it is you're going to win or lose war with nowhere characters at 6 stars, 4 stars, just have the team, just have the nowhere team and win or lose a war, and then spend ISO 8 campaign energy. Because it starts on Monday, because it lasts for 4 days, you're only going to get 2 wars. So if you've got your nowhere team but they're not at 4 stars, that's only going to be 1,000 points, and you need to get 5,200 each. So that's still going to require 4,200 ISO 8 spent over 4 days minimum, and that's still quite a bit of ISO 8. It's not a ton, it's doable for sure, but it will require a lot of participation. And unfortunately, if you do have members that are missing, or members on vacation, or members who are slacking, for the rest of your team, that's going to take a lot of ISO 8 to get through. Unless you're lucky and like your whole alliance has nowhere at 6 stars, that's a huge bonus. But if you don't, and I'm assuming most of you won't, this is going to take a lot. Now there are some good rewards all the way up through the top. You do have the goat boat here, which is 25,000 points, as we mentioned. I don't know why it's not highlighted. Usually it is. And you will get, I think it was 90 or 100,000. Like it's right in that range of rock concert tickets total. So it's worth participating in. It's worth trying your best, even if you know you can't make it to the very bottom. But if you make it to the bottom, it really does reward you. And this doesn't feel like a whale milestone. This does feel doable, just tough. So good luck. I hope you can make it. All right, the next event we're going to be talking about is the Intergalactic merch booth. It starts on Wednesday. You're going to have to be doing campaign missions as well as donating to your alliance. There are other means, it says, but doesn't say what they are. You will get concert tickets, merch box credits, as well as Thor Infinity War character shards, and then you can spend those merch box credits to increase your roster and bolster your team in other ways. Sounds like a decent event, but doesn't give us a ton of details on it. The Asgardian Axeman web event will also work towards your Intergalactic merch booth, but it's going to be an online event and you're going to have to blitz for it. It also starts on Wednesday. Next week's Rumble event is the exact same as this week's. You're going to be using your proud characters to get through that. There are a ton of them who are been around for a long time. You should have them at 7 stars. This should take no time at all. All right, looks like SpiderMan Big Time is actually going to be a reward for your raid season, which is kind of interesting. It starts Sunday, June 25th. The whole season does, I should say, and you're going to be earning him, so you're going to want to do raiding a lot with your alliance. Earn as many shards for him as you possibly can. We don't know any specifics on how many shards or what milestones you're going to have to get to them, but I don't think this is going to be a character they're going to hide behind a huge paywall. It's just a war defense team. It doesn't really do a whole lot. It is a good team. I think you should build the team up. They're very strong. They're going to be annoying to find on defense. You're going to want your nowhere team to combat them, so you're going to want to build your nowhere team for war offense and build your infestation team for war defense, because this game doesn't want you thinking. It just wants you doing what they tell you to do. I'm back and forth on it. MarvelStrikeForce.com updates. They're going to be allowing you to see your alliance better and see yourself better, as well as just laying it out a little bit nicer. So if you're on your cell phone, it's not as all over the place. Everything should be able to be more snapshotted, so you can just see it really quickly when you go there. The Avengers Tower event is coming back on Thursday, June 29th. It's going to see some increased rewards, which is amazing because that was everybody's #1 complaint with the last couple. Everybody seems to really like the Avengers Tower. It's a fun event. It actually lets you theory craft, which is shocker, something people like to do in this game. but everybody was complaining that the rewards sucked, so nobody really cared to go higher in it, because even though it was fun, there was no reason to. So it sounds like they are making it a little bit harder, and they are adding a lot of the newer characters as enemies, so that's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to be able to see what a lot of these characters can do, both with them and against them. And I'm looking forward to the Avengers roster, or the Avengers Tower, especially if it's got better rewards. It's always a bit of a fun event, being able to actually test out teams you wouldn't normally play. I think it's worth your time. Definitely give that a check. Definitely check that out on Thursday. Unite the Kingdoms and Black and Ebony are the Black Bolt and Ebony Maw events. They are going to be static events now. You will be able to have them anytime. They will not have to come up in rotation. I think they should just do this for all of the old legendary characters. I believe Omega Red was the last one, and I don't see a good reason why he can't just be a static character that you can just unlock at any time once you have the requirements. The requirements are still hard. They're still going to take people a while to get to, but once you do get there, the fact that you have to wait for the event to come around again just sucks. Just get rid of this system. I like the way of unlocking the characters. I'm fine with that, but get rid of this rotational crap. Just give them to us. And speaking of getting rid of the rotational crap, where are the Scourges? Can we get the Scourges back? I definitely need more shards for my Nova, for my Archangel. Like, give them back to us. Have them come back in rotation. Even the ones that I've already got 7 stars on. I know there's a lot of people who don't. Let them level up their characters. Where have the Scourges been? It's been forever. Free Claim Friday, you're going to get 5 Val shards, so absolutely make sure you go and do that. And you're going to get 6,000 rock concert tickets and 500... It says gold orb fragments, but it shows these time canisters, so whatever, just go get it. Go get it every Friday. Go check in the store every single day. They're giving you free crap to do it. You don't have to buy anything, just get your free crap. Okay, weekly blog is over. Let's take a quick look at the update 7.2 release notes. This is actually a great release. There's a lot of good stuff coming here and a ton of quality of life changes. If you've been paying attention to the Marvel Strike Force players' voice movement, they've been gaining traction and they are seeing results. It's slow, of course it is. This is a big ship to steer. We have to turn it by degrees. You can't just make a hard left, but they're doing great work. We are seeing rewards and I appreciate you guys, every single member of that team that is making this work and going forward with it. Thank you so much. I love this game and I appreciate what you're doing. That being said, let's get into the actual 7.2 release notes. So first off, Val is coming over, so we're going to be getting him soon. We just talked about that. He's coming this week. New characters and updates. Super Skrull with the Dark Dimension 6 is coming out. The Bifrost team is coming. SpiderMan Big Time is going to be added to the reward section. We were just talking about him, so that's fantastic. Ability and stat improvements. Updates to Loki to make him more in line with the rest of his team, which is great. We got a new costume for Cyclops, the Astonishing X-Men costume. I mean, I hope that means Cyclops is going to get a rework, because he's been kind of useless the entire time that I've been playing this game, and I would love for the original, like, I'd love for them to make an X-Men cartoon team. Doesn't need to be meta-breaking, but, like, let it be playable. Let it be something I can put on War Defense or something and actually feel good about it. I'd be fine with that. That'd be great. And if they're going to give him a new costume, hopefully he gets an update at some point. Can't miss events, the Vals Showcase, which we talked about, and the epic event for Val. Stand Proud Together is continuing. It's going on right now. Oh, I will talk about that for a second, because it's worth noting that they did sell a premium rewards to go along with the Stand Proud Together event. It's not worth it. I bought it for science because I was curious if it would work retroactively, and as you can tell, the points don't line up. It does not. They're both solo events, so it shouldn't affect, even though you do have to participate with your rest of your alliance to get the points. But as you can tell, I've got 4,000 points over here and only 1,000 points over here. So if you didn't buy this day one immediately, I highly recommend you do not buy this. It's $12 Canadians, whatever that rotates out for the rest of your countries, whatever it is in your currency. I don't think it's worth it. I might still be able to make it down to the very bottom here, but as you can tell, like, I would basically be there already if it was retroactive or if I bought this instantly. And because I didn't, it's punishing me, and that doesn't feel right. I don't think I should get punished when I'm spending money for this. I hope that they fix this. I hope that this didn't work as intended, but it didn't say that it would work retroactively, and it isn't working retroactively, so they're not technically wrong, it just feels wrong. Moving on, Nexus hard campaigns are coming out, chapters 1 and 2. New Teal Origin challenges, these are amazing. Anytime they want to start giving us more rewards for doing basically the same things, I'm good for it. You will have to do that higher level, but so be it. Cosmic Crucible results updates. I love this. This is just a subtle little thing, but once you're done all of your attacks, it'll tell you where your score is versus your opponents. It's a little thing. It used to just give you question marks. You didn't really know if you'd won or lost until you sign in the next day or at the end of the event. Now you'll know right away if you've won or not. I really like that. It's a small little quality of life thing, but sometimes it's the quality of life things that matter the most. The maximum amount of ISO 8 campaign energy has been increased from 120 to 150. Raid key updates, they no longer need to be earned. They're earned automatically. So that's fantastic. That's going to make it a lot easier for your alliance to be able to set up raids and keep them going with consistency. That's a huge update. It's not quite what you're asking for, but it's a big step in the right direction. Equipping multiple tier gears at once, you'll already notice this if you level a character up from say 1 to 75 right away. You used to have to go through and constantly update each level. Gear tier 1, gear tier 2, gear tier 3. Now there's a sliding bar. You slide that bar as far down as you want it to go, hit upgrade, and it just upgrades all those levels at once. Again, just a quality of life thing, but it's big. Improvements to reward management. They're trying to get away from the hoarding meta. I'm pretty okay with that as long as the rewards come down so we don't have to hoard. I hope they don't punish us for not being able to hoard while also taking away our ability to hoard. So what this means is they're going to give you all the stuff that you've earned in your mailbox. They're just going to give it to you right away so you can't hoard it. So they're taking that away from you. But they say that, and they're going to timestamp stuff as well. So you can't just not sign in for a day and then get it later. But the plus side of that is they're saying they're going to lower the actual milestones you have to hit so that they don't have to try and overthink like how much are you hoarding, how do we work around what you're hoarding. If it works, it'll be good. I don't have a ton of faith in Scopely on things like this. It might take a little while to perfect. For all of your web milestones, you can now climb them all in one button click. Mild quality of life. Sync your alliance on MarvelStrikeForce.com just means that if you go to MarvelStrikeForce.com, you'll be able to see your in-game alliance and your alliance roster. Will make it a lot easier for people trying to recruit, stuff like that, because you'll actually know where your alliance is at the click of a button. You can check it all out online. For bug fixes, the maximum number of auto campaigns for the Isotope 8 has been lowered from 240 to 120 again. I'm not sure why they jumped that up, but it was really kind of frustrating. Tapping and holding the battlefield effect icons, the enemy side of the battlefield now displays the effect details. Cool. The brightness for the incursion raid background has been reduced and improved. I didn't notice that as a problem, but so be it. The teal epic orb is now displaying correctly in the orb chamber. Always good. The supply store will now correctly bring you to the last position in the store and no longer visually display scrolling or motion. This was a huge problem. I am over-exaggerating a bit there, but it was just really, really frustrating and kind of nauseating if you did it over and over and over again. I'm glad they're getting rid of that. That was awful. Quicksilver's health stat was not being properly updated after equipping a gear piece. Good. Apocalypse now only receives defense up with his health drops below 50% if his passive ability, the first mutant, has been upgraded to level 6, so it's working as intended again. Smoothed over visual issues with Thor's Stormbreaker that occurred when he was stunned on his victory screen. Never saw that, I don't have the character yet. Combat mechanic, we've got Exposed, we've talked about that. That's going to be introduced with a couple of characters, but the Super Skrull is the big one. He's going to be using that mechanic. And then we've got some character updates for Loki, Ant-Man, Black Widow, Swarm, and Yellow Jacket. So that's the Infection team as well as Loki. I love that they are doing reworks on these characters. They said they weren't going to be, and then they almost immediately announced that there were. I don't know where the communication problem came from there, but I'm okay with it. I'm glad they're doing it. Now, last thing I want to talk about is Dark Dimension. It's coming right around the corner, and they are trying to give you as many of these Dark Dimension orbs as they can. It's helpful for sure, but it's not enough for people who aren't going to spend a lot of money. It will still take you a while to get all your characters that you need up to gear tier 18, and I'm kind of okay with that. I like having a goal to work towards, and I like that unlike Apocalypse, it's not telling you exactly which characters you need, so that's good. What you're going to need to do is open gold orbs for 500 points apiece or earn milestone points. The only way I've seen to earn milestone points is through an orb. They gave you an orb for free on the web milestone, and then after that you have to spend power cores to get it. If there is another way, please let me know down in the comments. I haven't seen another way to get milestone points, but as far as the opening gold orbs go, at 500 points apiece, you need 16,000 points. That's 32 gold orbs. You can open 32 gold orbs, you make it straight to the bottom, you get everything you're going to get. There is a leaderboard with this, and it doesn't say anything about a minimum requirement, so as long as you participate at all, you will get to the very bottom, you will get something, so that's good. The higher up you can get, the better the rewards get. Obviously, that's how leaderboards work. All right, and that's it for the weekly update this week. If you want to know more about the character updates, I did kind of just gloss over them. I don't usually go in depth on that kind of stuff, but if that's information you would love to have from this channel, let me know and I will do that in the future. If you're interested, I do have a sister channel, Mongooly's Movie Show, here on YouTube, or The Mongooly Show on Twitch. I do a live stream every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time about movies. This week we're going to be talking about our favorite Spider-Man movies. Come check it out if that interests you at all. And I've been debating dipping my toe into the twitching game, whether that's with Marvel Strike Force or Marvel Snap. If that's something that interests you, let me know. I'd love to bring more content your way, but I'm just not entirely sure what to do. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, you made it this far, please give it a like, consider subscribing if you want more kind of content like this. And either way, have a great week and we'll check you next time.